Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to look at time. Specifically, our objectives for today are to calculate elapsed time using addition. Now, in a previous video, we did elapsed time using subtraction, and so if you need that video, go over to my channel and you should be able to find it there. But let's continue on. And of course, I'm going to show you two methods to calculate and to work these questions. One where we're doing straight up addition, and then the other where we're counting the units of time. So here's the question. My favorite movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. I began watching at 5:43 p.m. What time will it end? Obviously, that's going to be a future event. Because if I start at 5:43, I'm obviously going to end 2 hours and 30 minutes later. So I have to add that time. So let's set up my addition. I'm going to start with the initial time, 5:43, and I'm going to add to that 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I have my addition all set up. I remember what I said to you. You add the minutes with the minutes and then the hours with the hours. Always remember that. So we're going to go ahead and add 43 plus 30 is going to be 73. And then 5 plus 2 is going to be 7. Now this technically is my time, but I cannot go around telling people, oh, it's 7:73 p.m. or a.m. because that's not a valid time. So when it comes to these addition questions, there are going to be times where you have to do a little bit of regrouping. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 60 minutes and add it to the hour column because I know that 60 minutes is an hour. So anything over 60 minutes in that minutes column is really an hour. So I can move those 60 minutes and put it into the hours column. So my time will actually be 8:13 p.m. And all I did came right here and I said 73 minus 60, which gave me 13. And then I added those 60 minutes became 1 hour, and I added that 1 hour to the hours column to get 8:13 p.m. Now, let's take a look at a second method where I'm just going to be adding units of time. So if I start at 5:43 p.m. and I add an hour, that brings me to 6:43. But it's 2 hours, right? So I'm going to add another hour. From 6:43 plus an hour, or moving an hour forward, that brings me to 7:43. So I've already moved forward 2 hours. Now I need to account for those last 30 minutes. And I'm going to do it 15 minutes at a time. So 7:43 plus 15 minutes brings me to 7:58. And I'm going to do the same thing for another 15 minutes. So 7:58 plus 15 minutes brings me to 8:13 p.m. All right, so I've showed you two methods, and you can obviously decide which method you prefer. Some persons might find it easier to use method one, where they're adding the time, whereas some persons would prefer to use method two, where they add units of the time, like they broke it up and added an hour, then an hour, and then so on. So in the chat, let me know which method did you prefer.